Would you guys believe that during the ice report season, I lose a lot of sleep? I'm sure all the operators feel the same way. And I'm sure everybody who's booked early in the season feel the same kind of vibe. All I can say is a lot of times I wake up and I'm like, is that ice going to be thick enough? Is it going to be thick enough for the opener? Is it going to be thick enough for safe travel across the lake? Am I going to hear about somebody falling in somewhere? And here's the thing, as I'm sure many of you guys have heard, yesterday in Fish Bay, a guy went out on foot, I believe, and he fell through the ice and had to be saved via hovercraft. Bernie Giesler posted that yesterday, and I don't know about you guys, but to me, that is like truly the ice angler's nightmare. Nobody wants to go for the polar dip if they don't have to, and to be hit with that kind of surprise is just terrifying. And I'm hearing about bad ice in Hunters Bay, bad ice in Fish Bay. Mark Parent posted about bad ice around Sandy Island, I think it was. I'm hearing about good ice in the Yellock area there along the North Shore. Pat Primo from Primo's Ice Castles there posted that he had measured 9 inches, about 200 yards offshore. Right now, I'm actually at Kinsman Beach, and I drilled a hole here. I've been out here a few times, and I can tell you that it's 6 inches of good ice, a layer of water, and then just like soggy garbage ice on top of that. Some of it you can walk over, and then every other step you end up falling through just a little bit, just enough to get you right in the nerves while you're walking out here. So there's lots of water on the ice, and I guess this is what happened when this big storm came. The snow pushed the ice down, the water all came up, then the snow got all soggy, and now I think it's probably causing issues on the ice surface in different areas, issues that you can't even really see per se because you've got this covering on top. What I want to see is I want to see this water on top either go underneath or just freeze right up. So you'll have the black ice layers and then the slush layers frozen up on top of that. This is the thing, is that until that happens, we're going to have this water on top of the ice putting weight down, and it's, could cause some serious issues that could make things pretty unpredictable out there on the ice. I can tell you, I was fishing in Calendar Bay yesterday, and the conditions were pretty much the same as they are here, but some people were telling me they're measuring 6 inches, and where I was at, I was measuring 4 to 4.5 inches, which, goes to show you how big the variance is. And, you never know what you're walking over. And that's why you got to have your suit on, you got to have your spud bar, you got to have your ice spikes. People need to continue exercising extreme caution on the ice. It's just so unpredictable this year, and it's been so crazy. Now, I heard word somebody had spotted some open water out by the islands out there. I have, unfortunately, my drone won't fly that far, so I can't really get a good look at it. Anyway, I know Bernie Giesler there as well posted in Lake Nipissing Fishing Forum, the board, he posted a video of a plane flying around Fish Bay there, and the actual spot where the guy went through, and it's scary to look at. It's it's beyond words. No one wants that. No one wants that. And there are lots of people out on the lake that are getting their fish on, even though things are sort of wishy-washy. In some places it seems a little more stable and consistent, and then other places it just seems like this ice just isn't happening. Now, I know we have some cold temperatures coming this week. I believe starting today, it is colder now, and then working into next week, it seems like especially the nighttime temperatures are going to be quite a bit more ideal, hopefully for clamping down this slush layer and turning it into solid ice. So what I'm saying here, and you know, the important part is knowing that things are so variable out here. But as a result of this kind of variability, and I don't want to have to do it, but I'm going to postpone the spoon toss one more time. And it's crazy that this is going to be 2 postponements. I'm going to make sure well, again, I don't control the weather. It would be nice if I did. And I'd do good things if I could, but I don't. However, I'm planning on doing the spoon toss, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. So that means that anybody making a guess has an extra week to change their guess as things go on. That's my plan. I just trying to stay safe for myself, trying to encourage people to stay safe out here. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I want to get this spoon toss done, get, you know, the prize to the winner and all that stuff. But, you know, I want to make sure that I'm steering people in the right direction and encouraging safe travels and safe use of this fantastic resource we have out here. Because I don't want to be the guy that hears about people getting hurt or injured or frozen, you know. So spoon toss is off for tomorrow and it's on for next week. And, you know, I hope I mean, it is what it is. It's out of my control. I'm just making a call on this, and I just want to make sure that I do it right. So I'm just going to go through some of the comments here. I see everybody's been talking and buzzing. Has anyone else been out and seen some information? I was thinking to myself, like, the comment section here is a great section for people if they have any kind of information, if they've been out today or in the last couple of days, any crazy spots you've seen, any hazards people need to know about. If you could share that here, that would be amazing. It's just a good spot for people to sort of get together and share the info if they have it. So I'm just going through. So just so you guys know, I'm going to say 300 meters out from shore here. And that's where I measured -6 inches of ice. Excuse me, I see that I have some sort of a booger in my nose. All right, we're good. Back on. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine the amount of financial losses that some of the outfitters must be going through, because these guys will have all kinds of huts and people pay a good amount of money to be out there. And each weekend that passes where they can't have those huts out, that's huge amounts of cash being lost. So I feel bad for the outfitters. I feel bad for the people who are getting canceled on. Mother Nature is doing what she does, I guess. I was going through some of the comments here. Yeah, I do see that there are some solid double-digit negative temperatures coming up overnight. I'm sorry, Stephen Van Horn, where you say, "Come on, Coke, stop teasing us." It's Mother Nature, buddy. It's out of my hands. I just want to be safe. How's it going, Nader? Andrew Thomas, Dave Bennett. You know, Craig O, talking about varied, inconsistent measurements. Here's the thing, I always come out with my measuring stick. You guys will recognize is a modified drywall measuring device. And I can tell you that a lot of times you take a guess at how thick that ice is just by looking at it. And because of angles and whatnot, you can often miss an inch or two. So sometimes having a ruler or some sort of measuring device can really make a huge difference as to how accurate you are with your measurements. And lots of people can make guesses and stuff like that, but one of these will really give you a real number. You know what's crazy as well, just to add to things, I purchased a waterproof caliper for measuring the ice this year when I do the final toss, when that finally happens. Dave Nalouz, I assume you're going to be out at Calendar Bay. Is it Monday you're showing up? Yeah, like, you know, I always figure that one day I will go through the ice. I figure it's the same thing as every fisherman figures one day you're going to hook yourself in the hand. I've managed to avoid both. I'd like to hope that it's because I've tried to make conscious efforts to play things safe. However, it could be just luck. Yeah, David Bennett, there was a hut that went through on Nosbonsing, and that was definitely, I saw lots of pictures of that, and it looks pretty scary. I can only imagine the amount of a pain in the ass that would be to have to pull your hut out of ice. Like, they're hard enough to move around when they start to freeze in at the end of the winter or midwinter, but imagine you're actually in the water. Although I'm sure there's people out there who know the tricks to getting them out. Yeah, critter bugging. It's always great to meet people, and you'll probably see me out on Calendar Bay again doing some live streams in the future, because now that I don't live right on the lake, I can make some, or it's a little easier for me to get to different spots, including Calendar Bay. Jeff Vander Koy, you say that canceled 38 reservations. Yeah, I can't imagine that financial loss. That's hard. That's got to be hard. Gordy Scott, I'm glad to hear that these updates are the highlights of your day. I spent much of my morning, you know, sipping my coffee and more or less just stunned with stress about the ice. I know I seem like a pretty jovial guy, and I am, but at the same time, I can really stress myself out sometimes, I tell you. Yeah, let me know how you guys do when you come up to Calendar there. You know, I know people on Simcoe, because I used to live in Toronto. I lived down there for 12 years, and then I grew up between the Shelburne-Orangeville region down there. And I didn't start ice fishing till, I don't know, I'm going to say like 15 years ago, maybe a little more than that. And I remember people talking about how they could, at one point, ice fish on Simcoe January 1st. And, you know, I wonder if that's the sort of trend that we're going to get up here. It seems like they don't really get ice in a solid way. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm sure lots of you guys do fish Simcoe, but it doesn't seem like they get super good ice until February down there. I hope that's not the trend, how things are going to go on Nipissing here, that in the future we'll see, you know, we'll have to wait and only get a month and a half ice fishing season, because that's one of the charms of being up here, is having that 2.5 month season where you can, you know, really get your fish on. Just reading through some more comments here. Yeah, Rob, you got it, buddy. What's up, Steve Wheeler? Alex and Kayla Nelson. That reminds me there, Alex, I still need to send you your hat. I'll be sending out a big shipment ASAP. Thank you, everybody who bought hats. I'm down to 14 hats now. Almost got them out of my hair. So we'll see. Right on. Yeah, it's funny, Jeff Vander Koy there. I grew up between Shelburne and Orangeville, sort of really close to Mono Cliffs Park, in that area there. But I ended up going to the Shelburne High School instead of Orangeville, but I suppose I could have gone either way. Probably not. Probably not. There's a reason I went to the Shelburne High School. Probably just a little bit closer there. Yeah, it's rough. Bernie, like you say, you can see your fishing spot from the window, and it's driving you crazy not being able to be there. I feel that. It's like it's crazy to have the season open and just not be able to get out there. Okay, so thanks a lot, everybody, for coming out and seeing this critical update. Get your guesses in for the spoon toss. You know, it's going to be next weekend for safety. Everybody stay safe out there. Make sure you have all the safety gear and be aware of safety precautions you need to get out of the ice if you need to, because not everybody's going to have a hovercraft to be able to pull you out. And good on those people for being able to, like, seeing the guy go through and be able to help him out. You know, because I can't imagine, you know, fish with partners, stuff like that. So people are looking out for each other. I know in a lot of places like Calendar Bay, there's a lot of people. So I imagine if somebody went through over there, somebody's going to see it. I hope everybody has a great night and that everybody enjoys themselves, and be patient. The ice is coming. You know, I'm feeling it. I'm looking forward to it being good and solid. And I don't have to necessarily report on the ice thickness. I can start talking about all the monster fish, you know, that I'm catching out here. You know, that's the dream. Anyway, have yourselves a great night, and we will talk to you guys later. See ya. Come on. Sorry, I'm still here. I'm trying to hit the close button. Here we go.